Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and hope you are doing good. So as you read by the title of the video, we have the Hero Xpulse 204V over here, and this bike has been one of my favorite bikes for a very long time, and today I have the opportunity to ride one and make a short video about it. So let's see how this bike performs. Let's start with the walk around of the bike. This is in this beautiful blue. There are also these other colors available. I'll display them on the screen right now. So yeah, this is not a stock bike. There are a few modifications here and there which I'll run you through, and at the end of the video I would tell you what would I do if I had owned this bike. So yeah, let's get started. So front tire is 90/90 by 21, telescopic front suspension, single channel ABS, this beautiful beak which looks very nice, and LED headlamp. Wait, I'll just turn them on. So yeah, that's the low beam. This is the high beam for you. These are the side indicators. They are not LED. This is an aftermarket accessory and it's the same one which I have put on my bike. Coming to the handlebar, yes, this is also an aftermarket handlebar. Let's move to the tank. The tank is 13 liters in capacity. So in the Xpulse 4V, that is 4 valve, the engine has 4 valves as the name suggests, and which helps the engine to breathe better, thus delivering better performance, and it is more vibration free. Even the oil cooler is a bit bigger. So now moving to what the rider will see. We'll start with the mirrors first. We'll use this one. Mirrors are absolutely amazing. So this is your normal like eyesight, and just look at the view behind you. Now moving to the switch gear on the left hand side. This is your clutch, obviously. That's your pass button. That's your low beam. That's your high beam. This is your turn indicators. That's your horn. If you want to hear it, I'll just turn it on for you. So that's your horn. Then on the right, there is this integrated kill switch plus ignition button. So it's like 3 steps. This is fully off, this is in between, and this is your ignition. Now moving to the console. So as you can see, the bike has been driven for 1700 kilometers. This is the mode. This is the button on top over here for mode, and this is set. So this is your trip average, trip to average. That's your Bluetooth waiting for pair. This is your eco mode. This is trip 1. That's your average. That's your time, and this is your trip 2. So yeah, a lot of there to show. This is your fuel indicator over here, odometer, time, gear indication. Gear indication there is. I'll tell you about this while riding though. Yeah. So yeah, moving on. As of for the seat is soft enough, but on long rides I think you will need a bigger, more softer seat. And also if you are a bit on the healthy side, the seat is pretty narrow. Also for the pillion, I mean, that's the only seat you have. It is soft, but it's of very little size. There is this top rack provided by Hero themselves, and the rear is LED, and these are the halogen. On the right we have the exhaust, which is swung up like this, and we have a friend. Hello. Another addition is this kick, which is given, which would come in handy when your battery has given up on you. I mean your bike's battery has given up. This is a FI unit. Rear tire is 120 by 80 into 18. There have been a few comments on my previous videos that I do not show y'all or record the exhaust note of motorcycles. So here we have it. Let's do it. come around over here. So the one thing about this bike is I think it's about 156 or 155 kilos, and it's very evident, like this on a Himalayan is not at all possible. I mean, it might not look much on the camera right now, but I'm trying to bend it and it's very easy, like hardly I can just move it with my legs. Like if you are a short rider and considering that this seat height would be difficult for you, the bike is very light, you can easily manage it. For me, I can flat foot on both sides, as you can see, with a shoe. I'll put my height up over here on the screen, and it's very comfortable. If you're shorter than me also, I think you'll handle this bike perfectly. With the exhaust note done and the overview of this beautiful machine done, let's get on to the fun part, and that is to ride this motorcycle. I hope the camera angle is correct. I mean, I can just sit and ride on this. It is very comfortable. If I stand up, it feels like a cycle, to be honest. It is very light, like compared to my Himalayan, it is very light. Talking about my Himalayan, it is right there. Rakesh is having fun with it. I'm sure you will need these handlebar risers or a bigger handlebar, I mean a taller handlebar, because even with the risers I feel I need to bend down a bit to reach them. The front is very soft, like it is very soft. Woo. But as you can see, it just turns easily. I don't know how well he's doing with the Himalayan. You can see the difference. Like Rakesh has driven my Himalayan before off-road also, so it's not like he's coming slow, but this thing just runs like a dirt bike. So here we are in a normal day-to-day commuter style. We saw how it performs in off-roading. I know it wasn't much, it was hardly anything. It is quite capable, like, and it is very light also while off-roading, as I think I mentioned above.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Sorry, before that it almost felt like a cycle. So I wasn't kidding when I said that. The switch gears are all very close by. There's no problem with that. It is very maneuverable, as you just saw, and everything is close by. The pass switch, high beam, low beam, horn. This side you won't need much, but yeah. One more thing I noticed about this bike is you can put the bike in 5th, and right now, yes, you can see I'm in 4th and I'm in 5th and at 40 kilometers per hour. Still it's going pretty easily, like I don't have to shift down. My Himalayan would never want to go on 40 in 5th gear. Again, the performance on this 200cc motor is not neck snapping, or you know, it won't push you back in the back seat, but it is there when required. See, it does run when required, and we have to remember that it is just a 200cc motorcycle. There are a few more points which I want to talk about. So we'll do that while this crowd is a bit less. Okay. The biggest letdown I would say on this bike are the tires. These C8 tires on the bike are horrible. Like they are worst when it comes to grip. I had those on my Himalayan before, and after I replaced those, it made a whole lot of a difference. So if you are gonna buy this bike, I would recommend you change the tires. For vibrations, honestly, without gloves, I found the motor to be normal. Like any motor would have some amount of vibrations. Even a scooter has some amount of vibrations. So those kind of vibrations creep in at around 6.5 to 7, first on the foot pegs, and then later at around 8,000 on the handlebar. So yeah, that's not a big issue though. Even on my Himalayan I face vibration issues, so that's pretty normal, I would say. Doggy, what's up, bro? One more thing, I'm not sure if it's with this bike or all the Xpulses, is that the gear changing, it's a bit hard. Even if I press the clutch fully inside, it's a bit hard. Like it's not buttery smooth. I don't know if it's with this bike or Xpulses in general, but that's one thing which I noticed. Another thing, yeah, I'll talk about that in a few seconds as soon as I cross this junction. Riding position, it's perfect. Only thing that lets it down is its seat. I'm already missing my Himalayan seat. The thing is, the seat is not hard, it's pretty soft, but it is narrow. So half of your bum on each side is levitating in the air. So after some time it will take a toll on you, but it's nothing big, as you can get an aftermarket seat or maybe make some kind of adjustments to the seat. So that's one thing. Another thing is cruising speeds of this motorcycle is easily 100 kilometers per hour. It can cruise all day, and a more comfortable would be around 90. And this is our famous flyover of Vasco. If you guys want me to make a video on this, I would love to. So yeah, oh yeah, as I was about to say earlier, this seat over here, this part, yeah, it does get in between your thigh, both sides, and it is annoying. Like, I don't know if you can see it. See this part of the seat, this part over here, it does get in between your thigh like this when you're gripping the tank, and it gets a bit annoying. So that's one thing which you'll take time to get used to. Other than that, this bike is really good. Like, I have no complaints about it, and it does live up to its expectation. Like, as I said earlier, that this might be the perfect bike because you know, at the price point it is launched at, it's a very good contender. And for touring purposes, like if it's a direct competition to the Himalayan or the SD, I have ridden the SD, and I did not get a chance to record like a GoPro footage. But what are you doing, man? Move. So yeah, as I was saying, Himalayan and HD both are very comfortable motorcycles, plus they have that power which is required on a highway and even for quick overtakes. This bike lacks that power for quick overtakes and you know, long rides, long highway runs. But at the same time, if you are someone who cruises on the highway at 70, 80 max, this is perfect, because this literally gives an average of 45 kilometers per liter, whereas my Himalayan here will give max to max around 32 kilometers per liter. So on a long run, that would help a lot, because both these bikes anyways, both the adventure bikes are not top notch, you know, like a super sport bike or for the top speed. They are meant to crunch kilometers, they are meant to go off-road, which both these bikes do pretty well. This is pretty light. If you're a beginner who wants to get in the world of off-roading, who wants to get in the world of adventure bikes, just blindly go for this bike, because at the end, Himalayan ASD, I have not ridden the 390 Adventure, so I cannot comment on it, but I know it will be lighter because it's a KTM. But if you're a new rider, the weight of the motorcycle while off-roading matters a lot. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention is this weird thing that happens. Like, if you can see over here, if I pull in the clutch, it doesn't show me which gear I am in. After I leave the clutch, in about 2-3 seconds, it shows me which gear I am in. Even while changing the gears, that happens. So that's a bit of a downside, as you don't normally, if you have a gear indicator, you don't normally remember which gear you're in. You just are like, cool, I'll change it. But for new riders, that might be a problem. What else do I have to tell you all? Yeah, I think, okay, another thing is this front telescope suspension. I don't know if it's with this particular bike or all the Xpulses are the same, but I'll just show you in a second when I brake. So there's a speed brake over here somewhere. Yeah, so look at this, look at the travel. Like, that gets a bit annoying, and if you do not have good control over the bike, that can lead to some problems, you know, balancing problems. But because it's too soft. Now, coming to the last part of the video, that is modifications and changes which I would do if I had owned this motorcycle. First up, auxiliary lights, then LED side light maybe, knuckle guards already done. Handlebar, this new handlebar, this height is perfect, so I would consider changing the handlebar or put a handlebar riser. After that, you need tank pad, I mean grip pads over here, some kind, those rubber ones. Next, you know, sari guard removal is a mandatory for me. Tail tidy, yes, for sure, with a number plate though. Uska this clamp got loose and the number plate bent, so आज ही literally number plate उसका हमने निकाला है. Otherwise the number plate is there on the motorcycle. And nothing else, I guess. Yeah, obviously I'll remove these and put LED over here behind as well. Other than that, I feel the bike is really good enough. So yeah.
Bonus.
Like, there have been multiple instances where I have been stuck in mud and I had to call my friends to pull out the bike, or where I had fallen and sometimes I had to call my friends to help me to lift the bike up, or before taking U-turns were also a task for me. So yeah, you have to build yourself to the bike if you get a heavy bike at first. But if you buy something like this, you can learn, you can make mistakes,